Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Tough Love Thursday, where I bring you some truth bombs, some loving from the heart tips and tools and tough love truths that are designed to really support you in opening your mind and understanding that the reason you're hooked on the sugar roller coaster and have these addictive or dependency patterns with sugar is far beyond what's going on the surface. So in these Tough Love Thursdays, I bring you little tidbits that are here to just open you wide up to understanding deeper levels of what's really going on for you, what's really under the surface, so that you can use that awareness to make change and to make change in a way that it actually lasts. My clients are probably just like you in having tried every diet, every detox, everything to get off the sugar roller coaster and the guilt and shame roller coaster for decades with nothing working. So we have to look at something different, right? And that's what these Tough Love Thursdays are for. So thank you for tuning into another one. I'm really excited about today's tough love that I have to share with all of you because, full disclosure, this is something that I actually needed to remind myself this week. So very perfectly aligned with wanting to share it here with all of you. It was a message that I am continuing to work on for myself because, contrary to popular belief, I don't have everything figured out either. And I'm still growing as a human and growing and learning and healing. And I'm in it with all of you. And this week especially has been very intense in my life with so many things to do and so little time. We are working on the final push to get our investment property up for sale next week. And there is way too much to do and not enough hours in the day. Combined with some appointments that I have, some client work that I have, and some projects that I'm working on in my business and personal life stuff as well. There is just so much overflowing on my to-do list this week that I needed this reminder. So here's the reminder. Here's the tough love truth for all of us, me, for you, is you do have enough time. And what I mean by this is because most of us go around every day in our life repeating the tape of, I don't have enough time. There's not enough time. Oh my gosh, I have too much to do and not enough time. And I caught myself doing that. And I quickly redirected because the harsh truth is you do have enough time. Some of you are like, Danny, you're crazy. Of course I don't. I have so much going on. You do. You always have enough time for what is important to you. And here's where most of you are getting completely confused with your concept of time, because we absolutely do. We all have 24 hours in the day, 365 days of the year. We all have the same amount of time, but our relationship to time and concept of time vary. Now, yes, there are definitely a lot of us, right, really acknowledging that there is more on our plates these days than normal. Especially as women, we have a lot on our to-do list. We have a lot of responsibilities. We have a lot going on. There's a lot happening, right? And there's a lot of areas calling for our attention. We've really got sucked into the productivity of the patriarchy and all the things that we feel like we have to do. But you choosing to say, I don't have enough time is a lie. It is an absolute lie because you have time for everything that is important to you. Now, here is the mindset shift. What you are choosing to spend your time on is what you are valuing right now. And most of us are completely lying to ourselves, just like with sugar, right? And I know so many of you here are using this excuse with things around your health. I don't have time to meditate. I don't have time to meal plan. I don't have time to cook healthy meals at the end of the day. I don't have time to grocery shop. I don't have time to give up sugar. And it's total BS because you do, but you are prioritizing something else above that. So your life may be really busy. It may feel like you don't have a lot of time, and that may be your 3D reality in this moment. And I personally understand because I'm going through that this week as well. And at the same time, you are consciously or actually subconsciously choosing to spend your time in all of those areas. right? So this I don't have enough time is an actual lie. I am choosing to overflow my time with this task and this task and this task and this task is actually what you're doing. So the truth here for many of us is that we waste a lot of time, right? We choose to spend 2 hours scrolling on Instagram. We choose to spend 3 hours binging on Netflix at the end of the night. And then we complain about not having enough time, right? Where there's hours in our day that are either wasted or just not actually used for what we want to do, whether it's a 10-minute meditation or cooking a nourishing meal for our family. And this is a really hard truth to come up against because it is calling you, and your homework here, your action item is actually to take stock of where you are spending your time every day. And I've done this exercise. It's probably long overdue time for me to do this exercise, actually tracking 3 or 4 days of your time. What are you doing every minute of every day, or every 30-minute block? You can actually track your time. And it is one of the most eye-opening exercises ever, because you will see that it's not actually true you don't have enough time. It's actually true that you're choosing to spend your time on things that might not actually be aligned with your goals. Right. So this concept of time is something really fascinating to play with. And I want to remind you that if you are going flat out, it's because you're saying yes to a whole bunch of things that are taking your time. And those things might be priorities for you, but they may also not be. And I'm willing to bet that there are things that you are spending your valuable, precious time on that are not a priority, that feel like a priority, right? I had to say yes to everything, especially speaking to my people pleasers out there, is how much are you choosing to put on your plate and then using it as an excuse to not be healthy, right? To not start your sugar detox, to not cook or go meal planning, right? Or meal, prepping. These truths are really hard to face because the fact is most of you are wasting your time on Netflix, on people pleasing and doing things for other people that suck your energy, suck your time. You come home late, you have no energy or interest in cooking a meal because you've given yourself away and you've given your time to things that actually aren't a priority. So this is your invitation and your chance to do a little bit of a time audit. Very, very important. And to start being more honest with yourself about time. One of the most powerful language shifts that you can make is honoring that, to not use the I don't have enough time. This language stifles your ability to live in abundance of time. So being more honest with yourself would actually be things like, I don't have the energy for that right now, or I don't have the capacity to go away for the weekend. Not, I don't have time to hang out, right? And I've used this lots in the past too. I just don't have time right now to book in a hike with a friend. Or I don't have time to come over for dinner, go to my mom's for dinner, and I'd use that I don't have. And it's a very, very limiting language pattern to use when the truth for many of us is that we don't want to, right? It's not that we don't have time. It's that it's not a priority. So if you are so busy working 12-hour days at work that you don't have time to socialize with friends, that is your choice. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it. I know some of you might have the golden handcuffs at work, but it is a choice. It is a empowered choice that you are making to spend 12 hours at work, right? Where we spend our time, we actually have so much more sovereignty over that than we think we do. And it is time to take back our time and take back our understanding of time and stop making excuses. So if you've got a lot going on your plate right now, and you have to say no to certain things, don't say, I don't have time for that, or I don't have time to take on another project, because you do have the time. If it was important to you, you would make the time, right? If you got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer tomorrow, you would make the time to show up for your treatments, right? And to take action on hopefully healing your body. You would make the time. So the time is there. It exists. The truth is you are choosing to spend it in different areas. So be more conscious with your language. And I'm finding that this week as well, as I'm saying, I've got so much and so little time. I catch myself and go, no, you know what? It's just, I don't have the capacity to meet up this week because I've got a busy week, or I don't have the capacity or the energy to do X, Y, and Z this week. So I'm going to do it next week. And that's okay. So it's helping me acknowledge again that I'm in my power here, getting to choose where I spend my time. And this week I'm choosing to spend a lot of time renovating and a lot of time, meal prepping and doing the things to kind of keep myself sane. Went for my run this morning. I'm choosing to do these things that, yes, take time, but are a priority for me. So where do you need to reprioritize? As we wrap up here, I hope that this was helpful. This is a huge conversation around time, and it's a really powerful concept of time and how we actually relate to time. And just hopefully stop lying to yourself. You have all the time you need for the things that matter to you. And right now, you're using that time for whatever it is you're filling your days with. Right? But I don't have enough time is a lie. You do. It's just the values and priorities that you're using that time for right now are maybe out of alignment. So look at that and then come back and let me know what you learned. This is a really powerful exercise to start understanding where you're actually spending your time and getting honest with yourself about the things that you are putting your time and energy into that are maybe not serving you, right? And maybe you want to find more time. Time is always able to be moved around and finding time to meal plan, finding time to cook healthy meals. If it's a priority for you, you will make the time. It's there. You just have to look and find it. So there you have it. Another Tough Love Thursday. Thank you so much for tuning in. Those of you who are live here in my Facebook group, every Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I do these videos live in the group, and we have so much fun talking about them in the comments below. And of course, if you're listening over on the podcast, thank you for tuning in every week here on the show. And I can't wait to see you all again next week with another powerful Tough Love Truth. See you then.